Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another live with Tanya. Welcome my The Hood Table fam, and also welcome my Tanya's Primetime TV Media Reviews fam. As you guys noticed and have probably heard from the title of the video and from everybody going live right about now, it's been some breaking news. A lot of us knew that Susie Cordone was going to court today, aka VS, aka TSCC leader, has went to court today and has been found guilty. She actually pled guilty, and the judge actually found her guilty on 2 counts, which was 2 charges actually of assault and battery and disorderly conduct. Now, if y'all can remember, when she was first arrested and when the assault first occurred at the IHOP between her and Shireen, it was looking like people did assume that she would be facing a whole lot of time in court. I mean, a whole lot of time in jail. So thankfully, and I have to say, this might have to do something with Shireen not really going full throttle, with the situation, based on what she said about, how the prosecutors had asked her, was she okay, with VS being like on probation and only serving this much of time in jail. And I was looking at the court case online, and I was looking at whose videos was I watching this morning? Not VS. Ooh, not VS. She better not be on social media, because per the sentence, she cannot be on social media for 3 years. I don't know how she's going to handle that. No social media for 3 years. I can't even handle that for 3 years. I know I can't. No Facebook, and that's like primarily how I advertise like my business and interact with my friends and family. And I'm like head of our family reunion, and I'm over this and over that, and then not be able to use social media for 3 years. Child, I think that would kill me. So I know with VS, this is probably going to be very, very hard for her. Now, we know that you can always create different accounts to be on social media. So, do I believe that VS will be on social media? Yes, I do. I believe she has been on social media. People have said that she has troll accounts, that she be in the chats and, in the bushes, in certain people's chats. And it's easy to get on social media, under a different account. People do it every day when we get our YouTube accounts strike down, or our Facebook strike down, or Instagram struck down. People just create a whole new Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube. Like when she had that incident with Nephew Tommy, when she was uploading all his content, all his videos from the Steve Harvey show, all his prank phone calls, and she was told not to be on social media again. At that time, basically what she did was she started new channels and started doing different content. So it's absolutely possible for somebody to be on YouTube or social media, especially if they are never live. So if they are never live, a lot of people in her situation, she did have a large following. She also had people who didn't actually like her still tuning in, still giving her clicks and views. So I'm sure that money flow has dramatically reduced. And then on top of that, she wasn't working because of the fact somebody had got her fired from her job. And so she was basically getting unemployment. She's on Section 8, thank God. She's on Section 8, probably get, food stamps, Medicaid, stuff like that, which came in handy after she was fired from her job. But that YouTube was a nice, I'm sure, chunk of change, with her getting thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of views on each, video, and cash apps and super chats and all that kind of stuff. So her being off of YouTube again for 3 years, I know this is going to be really, really hard for her. But again, we see it all the time when people be on social media under different names, different profiles, different aliases, troll names, all that, and some. But anyway, pertaining to the case, there were two cases, and I'm looking at my other computer over here on the side. One of the charges was for malicious wounding. It was a felony, class 3. They amended it to assault and battery, so a misdemeanor. Again, thank God, because she could be, facing some serious time here. But they reduced the malicious wounding, which was a felony class 3. They reduced it down to assault and battery, and it's been amended to a misdemeanor. Now, she was in court today at 11:30 a.m. It says it's finalized. She pled guilty. The judge again found her guilty. Now, the fine for this particular charge, it says $594. And it said the sentence time was 365 days, and supervised probation for 3 years. And that time I've heard from what I believe is a reliable source, Shireen, who was actually the on the prosecuting side. I believe that she is a reliable source. I know some people in Tracy's chat was like, oh, she ain't telling the right information. She ain't telling the right information. But then, Tracy had her call into the show. And I do believe that she really knows what she was talking about. I mean, I hope you're not up there in the courtroom and then sat through the trial and then talked to the prosecutors and then you still got the information wrong. But anywho, that was one case. The other case was for, let me move my other screen. I got like 3 computer screens right here. So the other charge was for abduction by force, intimidation, and that was a felony, a class 5 felony. That has been reduced to disorderly conduct and also a misdemeanor. So again, VS, Susie Cordone, aka VS Conscious, got extremely lucky on both of these charges. Both of these charges, they both got pushed down to a misdemeanor. So she needs to, whoever she served, thank her lucky stars, thank her God, thank everybody who supports her, has been praying for her, and who has, been in the trenches with her before and after this started. There's a lot of TSCC members, a lot of, supporters of VS, Susie Cordone. And then she's also like kind of converted some people after all of this happened. A lot of people were upset with Shireen because of what happened and how it went down. And although we know that, if you hit somebody, if you attack somebody, we know you can be charged and you can go to jail and stuff like that. But still, a lot of people are upset about the whole way it went down. And then I had just heard that Shireen had said that somebody had thought Shireen said she was invited to the IHOP where the whole situation had went down, a month or so ago. And she confirmed that she was not invited, but she did get them directions. So she knew, where to go. We always watching VS Live when her and Kiki, decided to meet up for coffee or whatnot, breakfast at the IHOP, and Shireen and a whole bunch of other people was watching the live at the same time. So not only did she get directions, but she also went to the IHOP and sat down in front of VS and, approached her. I don't know. She said she wasn't there to be confrontational. She wasn't there to fight. She just, I still don't know why. I still don't know why, Shireen. Like, I ain't heard a good excuse yet why Shireen, after being told by VS multiple times and being blocked by her on multiple social media platforms, why she still found a need to go to where she knew VS was going to be at uninvited and sat down in front of her at the IHOP table. And some people think, by her composure, by her her actions, her demeanor, that she was there to be confrontational, but she still swears to this day she wasn't there to be confrontational. She just wanted to talk to her. So a lot of people are still upset with her because of the fact that they believe if it wasn't because of her, VS wouldn't be locked up. She wouldn't be on probation. She wouldn't be banned from social media. She wouldn't have, none of this stuff would have happened. Regardless of the outcome of this whole situation, I have said since day one that I would have probably done the same thing, and I probably would have got in trouble. Hey, it is what it is. You know, you do the crime, you do the time. And I have been in situations like that before. A lot of people have been in situations like that before where somebody done approached them and walked up on them and they felt like they had to do what they had to do, you know, whether it was dropping bowls or, you know, whatever. So anyway, that all is, you know, water under the bridge now. Um, Again, VS extremely lucky. I'm sure a lot of her supporters, her family, her friends are happy about the outcome. Might not be so happy about her, you know, being because VS has been so vocal. We know that in this sector of YouTube, the beef sector, VS has been extremely vocal in this sector and has, again, you know, she has gained a lot of, you know, supporters for her YouTube content. Whether we like her content or whether we didn't like her content, she had a lot of supporters. And so I'm sure, you know, I hear some of them because I watch some of them, her supporters, and because I do watch a lot of people and I do support a lot of people in this sector, and I hear time and time again how they miss VS, how they miss her being on YouTube, how they miss her joking around or being crazy or being funny or, you know, whatever. You know, some people really love and adore her personality, and again, some don't. But out of everything that happened from the time her and Shireen met at the IHOP and that brawl happened, and then VS, you know, drove off, got really hyped and crunk on the video, which I think, you know, really was what really hurt VS, you know, was, and a lot of people have agreed. Hey, Mush Bar, how you doing, boo? Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you guys hit the like button on your way in. All of y'all in the bushes lurking, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, please, and thank you. But yeah, I really still believe that is what hurt her the most, was her getting on YouTube afterwards and rah. You know, she was all amped and on one and pumped, which is understandable. But the fact that she put it live and on YouTube where people can record it, and especially when you have so many enemies. Hey, Deanna Boo. Hi, sweetheart. Can't wait to meet ya and the sip this summer. But yeah, I'm looking for my list of hotels. You're supposed to text me, Deanna, and you told me to make sure you text me, Deanna. So I'm telling you right now to make sure you text me, Deanna, or either post the hotels on your community page. But yeah, I'm trying to reserve my hotel really soon. But yeah, I think that's what hurt her the most. So as far as what Shireen was saying on Tracy's platform, she said that again, VS, Susie Cordone, aka VS, she had pled guilty to 2 or 3 of the charges. They both were dropped to misdemeanors. She was ordered 730 days in jail with 720 days suspended. Again, I mean, that is like a big difference because she was facing a year for one charge, facing a year for the other charge, facing 3 years probation for one charge, facing 3 years probation for the other charge, and it all got reduced down to misdemeanors. So she only got to serve 10 days in jail, and then you know how it goes. Good time serves 50% of their time. She only probably will serve 5. Today is what? Tuesday. She'll probably be out by Monday. But she still again will be on 3 years after probation. And within that time of the 3 years probation, she'll have to basically comply to no social media for 3 years. She'll have to undergo a substance abuse evaluation. And if they deem any treatment, she'll have to do that. She'll also have to undergo a mental health evaluation. And if they deem any treatment necessary, she'll have to do that. And if she violates any of those things that, you know, she is deemed necessary to do, then she can face those 2 years in jail that she basically got lucky and didn't have to do. So 10 days in jail, misdemeanors. Most likely she'll still be able to keep her Section 8. She'll still be able to receive public assistance, public housing. The thing that's going to kill her, you know what? I'm not in VS's mind, but just from watching her for a long time, I think being off of social media, out in the open, not behind the scenes, because I know she got troll pages and I know she be on YouTube and she be watching us and then people chats and stuff. And I think the 3 years probation hurts her more than the jail time that she could have had. And it's like, okay, somebody is texting. Oh, Deanna, that's you texting me. I'm like, who is texting me? That's you, Deanna. Thanks, love. I appreciate it. Hey, Jay. Hey, everybody who came in. Pink Sugar Cream. Hi, sweetie. Thank you stopping by, showing some love and listening. I really do appreciate it. But yeah, so that's the update. I know Fi Babe, she was on her live earlier and she was talking about it, and she was talking about people trying to break the news and getting news wrong, and some people were saying she got the news wrong, then some people were saying Tracy got the news wrong. So I'm really glad that Shireen actually called in and we heard it from somebody who's involved in the case, and somebody who was there and talked to the prosecutors, so we know exactly what happened. So on top of seeing the case online, we got detailed information from what really happened in court today. So with that being said, that's my lunch break tea. Yes, I am on lunch break. I think I got like 15 more minutes left of my lunch break. Then I have to go back to work. And I took a long lunch break today because most of y'all know I work from home. And in our area, we have Cox Cable. And in our area, the internet, we had a widespread outage. So I couldn't work. So I'm sitting here. That's why I said, I know if I didn't have social media for 3 years, it would kill me. I would die. I'm up here. I can't do nothing. I can watch my cable because I have Dish. Thank God I don't have Cox for both. Otherwise, I wouldn't even be able to watch TV. But I couldn't get online. I couldn't get on YouTube. I couldn't get on Netflix. I'm just sitting here with nothing to do for over an hour, and I was like, it killed me. So and then I got behind on work, and then once the internet was back up and running, the first thing I saw was everybody talking about VS, and I was like, okay, I might as well go to lunch break now and discuss this. But anywho, that's the tea that I found out from on watching YouTube and looking at the case online today. But what's today? Tuesday. Some of you know that I've also been covering a murder trial as well. A murder trial. The State versus Joshua Keto is local for where I live, and I live in Omaha, Nebraska. For y'all who don't know, but I've been covering a murder trial against this guy who is accused of murdering a college student. Happened 10 years ago. We're going back to court again Thursday. So I'm going to sit in court Thursday. I was in court last week. I'm going back to court Thursday. So, I'm going to do a update and do a review again of the day in court. And we're going to be down there like 9 hours. We got to drive out of town, sit for 9 hours of court, drive back into town. So I'm going to cover, the latest information, the latest details on the court case. We did hear Monday that Joshua Keto did tell a friend back then 10 years ago when Tyler Thomas first initially came up missing. He did tell a friend who he was supposed to meet but never showed up to lie and say that he was with him all night. We heard that in court yesterday. We also heard in court the other day that he had asked another friend to take his gun and hide his gun That friend refused to do it. That friend testified the other day. So right now, it's still up in the air which way this trial is going to go. But for those of you who have been following this, even if you're not in Omaha, Nebraska, this was like nationwide. When this happened, when Tyler Thomas came up missing from Peru State College 10 years ago, beautiful black girl from my town in Omaha, Nebraska. And the last person she was spotted with was this white guy named Joshua Keto. So, and he also had, when they first initially talked to him, I'm just giving y'all a little tea on this. If you want to watch my videos, you can go through my search of my videos and watch the videos. I've done it already with detailed information. But for those of y'all who don't know, he had lied to the cops when she first went missing, said he wasn't with her, he didn't see her. Then 4 days later, after they started going through his phone records and all that kind of stuff, he admitted that he was with her at the Missouri River in the middle of the night around 2 a.m. in the morning. She had got into an altercation with her friends and her roommates earlier that evening and wanted to go back to Omaha because she was upset about the situation. He offered her a ride in exchange for sex. And then after that, he said she kind of started arguing with him and told him that she was going to press charges on him and call the police because he said she was making it seem like he took it. And so he said he left her at the Missouri River around 2 o'clock in the morning and just left her there at a boat dock. And he drove off and just left her there at the Missouri River in the middle of the night. Ever since then, she has not been seen. It's been 10 years. So again, I've been covering this court case and we're going to go back to court on Thursday. And I'll review that again, with you guys. But in the meantime, in between time, thanks for tuning in again for this lunchtime tea on YouTuber Susie Cordone, aka VS. Tuning in for the update on her sentence and her charges. Please like the video, share the video if you like, and subscribe to my channel if you like. Subscribe if you like my content. I do all kind of stuff for those of y'all who don't know. I review TV shows, movies, documentary, news, celebrities. I do interviews. Matter of fact, we got an interview coming up Thursday night with some lady who's involved in politics and the Democrats here in Omaha. So she's going to be talking to us about the candidates, about voting, about felons, the voting process for people who have felonies. So we're going to be talking about a lot of that Thursday night. So please make sure, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so you can get the notifications. It is really horrible, Mush Bar. It is really, really horrible. And we, a few of the community leaders and activists in my city, and supporters, and people in the media like YouTubers, people in the news, we've been following this story and has been supporting the family of Tyler Thomas. We done raised over $2,000 as a community so that they can remain in hotels while they're down there through the week, because it's like a 3-week court process. And again, it's out of town, where their daughter went missing. So they have to drive back and forth to Omaha and Beatrice, every day, or either pay for a hotel and pay for their meals and all that kind of stuff, if they were to stay down there. So we was promoting their Cash App, for a few days and managed to raise over $2,000 so that they can stay down there, most of the time in the hotel nearby there. But yeah, so it's a lot. It's a lot. It's really a lot. And, when people are in that situation and they firmly believe that somebody is responsible for the murder of their child, and they have to travel to a small hick town where nobody looks like them. You know what I mean? The whole place looked like a slave plantation. My God, I have pictures that I haven't posted yet on my Facebook page called The Hood Table, but I'm going to post the pictures down there. Every house down there looked like a slave owner owned the house. I mean, the houses are super old, like 200 years old, and they like 5,000 square feet. And it's, and then you down there and you have no support, you have no family, and it's hard. So a lot of us, again, have been going down there on the days that we can to support them during court, just, as moral support, and to be there, physically as well. And one of the sons, the Tyler Thomas brother, her little brother, he had gave me a hug the first day I went down there to court, and he gave me a hug, and he said he appreciated me speaking about this case every time I make a video, and keeping it open, keeping it on people's minds that Tyler Thomas was real. She is a person. She was a student. She was loved, and she is still missing 10 years later. And the last person who's seen her has remained silent for 10 years. Keep in mind, that last person who's seen her, Joshua Keto, he is already serving time right now for sexual assault against a 15-year-old girl. This man is in his 30s, and he is serving time right now for sexual assault against a 15-year-old girl. This is the same person that they believe is responsible for the disappearance of Tyler Thomas. So again, if y'all ain't heard about this story, this is like major. Like, matter of fact, when we was in court last week, and I know my time running up for my lunch break, but oh well, I might have to work a few minutes late to make up for it. But anyway, we was in court last week, and somebody from CSNBC, the national news, had came down and talked to Tyler's mom. We was all standing right there, and he was like, after this is all over with, I would love for you to do an interview with me. So this has been like nationwide news for a long time, and a lot of people are watching this trial, and we are just hoping for the outcome that we're wishing for, as supporters and friends and family of Tyler. This has impacted our city in Omaha for a long, long, long time. So again, the guy who we believe murdered Tyler, he's been in prison for a while for sexual assault against a 15-year-old girl, but now he's in trial now, facing those charges for murder for Tyler Thomas. So you guys, keep us in your prayers as we travel down to this little town where we don't know anybody. We going back and forth, over the past few weeks, and it's really stressful. It's really stressful. Hey, Miss Naturally Nolans. Hey, Sugar Wooga. I hope he stays in jail Munch Bar too. Even if, God forbid he get off on this murder charge, he's still, like I said, in prison. So he's still serving time for sexual assault against that 15-year-old girl from, a few years ago. So he still is in prison. He still has time to serve, but we're hoping with guilty charges for these murder charges, he will be held responsible, and he will serve additional time, and hopefully a very, very, very long time behind bars on top of what he's already serving right now for that sexual assault. So yeah. So anyway, I gotta go for now. But again, as usual, in the meantime, in between time, stay safe, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and stay safe and be blessed. And I'm out. Deuces.